Would you like to come out today? Oh, yes, please, said Edward. So they lit his fire, made lots of steam, and Edward puffed away.
A man in overalls watched as the general manager walked up to the shed. He waved, and the stout gentleman walking over waved back. "Nice to see you again, Topham." "Likewise. Sorry to rush things along, but were you able to repair him?" Yes, we were. It was hard work, but we've got him all ship-shape. That bomb really did a number, as you'd expect. We fitted him with a new cap to try and conceal his fire more. Don't want history repeating itself, do we?" "Not at all," Topham laughed. "Let's see him then, shall we?" "Right away. Open the door, Fred." The shed door opened. A small engine puffed into the sunlight. It was a littler engine, with 4 wheels at the front and 4 at the back. It was painted blue with red stripes. "He looks splendid. How do you feel, my dear engine?" "Brand new, I dare say," the engine chuckled. "Oh, where are my manners? What is your name?" "Edward, sir." Edward the Blue Engine. Kind, friendly, wise, sometimes angry, and also the best character in Thompson Friends, and that's a fact. I'm very much not biased. I started this guy all the way back in 2020, close to the time I started this whole YouTube thing, in fact. The reason why it took me 3 years to finish him is because, I don't know, maybe I just forgot to work on him. Edward's basis in my AU was in fact not a Furnace K2. I just don't really like how low slung the K2's boilers are. Sure, the superheated ones are a bit better, but then it's got like a chin and the cab looks too small, and yeah, just no. The K2 wouldn't cut it. My ideal Edward is taller and Scottish. The class I've got in mind is the Caledonian Railway 900 class, though one with a modified cab, as you saw in the intro. I just feel like it gives more Edward vibes. Anyway, back to the subject of the video. How did I make this guy? He's made from a 2003 Edward, which I, of course, disassembled. I still have photos of that, actually, somehow. Originally, the plan was to use small take-and-play wheels for his front bogie. We'll get back to that in a bit. For some reason, I painted it before adding the milliput. Whoops. Oh well, this was 3 years ago. I was winging it. Though to be honest, I still kinda am. I swapped out the 040 chassis for an 0601, so I could have space to put the bogie, and so that the driving wheels were closer. And then, 3 years went by. I'd kinda got discouraged after my original method for the lining didn't work. He just sat on my desk, collecting dust. But, after I finished Henry, which you should totally watch the video on how I made him, by the way, I said to myself, alright, time to finish this sucker. Instead of the small take-and-play wheels, I decided to use ones from a Mini. They look much better compared to the driving wheels. I didn't use regular take-and-play wheels because they're larger, and I'd have to put them pretty close together, and then the whole thing would just look weird. I made a new, taller dome and sanded down the milliput on the sides a bit. 2020 me didn't really do it very well. After one last coat of spray paint, I started on the lining. The reason he's not got a number is because in my series, coming soon, he won't have one to begin with. And, finally, after all that, I added the gray running board. And he was done! To be honest, I suppose it's quite fitting that Edward was the custom set aside for the bigger engines. You'd think that with me being called EdwardsDayOut, that wouldn't happen. Thanks to my friend Alice, who, shall we say, helped make Edward, for the sick reaction images. Until next time, this is EdwardsDayOut, signing off.